Two UMNO Supremos charged with money laundering. Prime Minister confirms no conspiracy with PAS. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Carlos and welcome to Updates at Noon. Former Felder Chairman Tan Sri Shahrir Abdul Samad has pleaded not guilty at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court today on a charge of money laundering involving 1 million ringgit. Now, Tan Sri Shahrir, who is Johor UMNO Division Chief, was accused of money laundering by not declaring the 1 million ringgit he allegedly received from former Prime Minister Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak when filing taxes for the year 2013. Now, the offence was allegedly committed on 25th April 2014 at the Inland Revenue Board branch in Jalan Duta. Now, Tan Sri Shahrir pleaded not guilty after the charge was read out to him before Judge Azura Alwi. He allegedly received an Am Islamic Bank Berhad cheque of 1 million ringgit on 27 November 2013 from Dato Sri Najib, which was then cashed into Tan Sri Shahrir's public Islamic bank account on the next day. The charge, framed under Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Financing Act 2001, carries a maximum fine of 5 million ringgit or an imprisonment not exceeding 5 years or both if convicted. Judge Azura set bail at 350,000 ringgit with one surety and ruled that the passport of the accused must be surrendered. The next case mentioned has been set for 24th February. Earlier, former Deputy Finance Minister Dato Sri Ahmad Mazlan was slapped with 2 charges at the Sessions Court under the same act. Both were separately arrested by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, yesterday morning, then later released on bail. MACC revealed in October last year that 80 entities, including individuals, were given 2 weeks to pay a total of 420 million ringgit, an amount which was classified as fines for receiving monies from One Malaysia Development Berhad, 1MDB. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has dismissed any conspiracy in his recent meeting with past President Dato Sri Abdul Hadi Awang. Now, calling the meeting normal, the Prime Minister said he was ready to meet anyone who calls on him.
Yes, there is a picture of me greeting Haji Hadi. I greet everybody, including unkind reporters. Also, I talk, not only the nice reporters. That is my job. I meet everybody, even though these people were, well, my enemies and all that. You know, I can work with Najib before, but I now can work with Kitiam. You see, I don't hold it against him. If he can do something that is good, I will work with him.
Speaking at the Malaysian 5G demonstration project 5GDP in Langkawi yesterday, Tun Dr. Mahathir dismissed the notion that working with PAS was a sign that Pakatan Harapan was weak. He said PAS had met him as they were concerned about certain matters and laws. Well, earlier, Tun Dr. Mahathir said Malaysia can achieve the objective of being a developed country earlier than 2030 if it applies 5G technology properly for development. Now, the Prime Minister said the vision could perhaps be attained by 2025.
This marks a significant beginning in our nation's history towards strengthening our economy to achieve sustainable growth and share the prosperity we gain with our people and ensure that we achieve our target of providing every single citizen in this nation a decent standard of living by 2030.
The Premier said Malaysia can be better administered with 5G technology because it enables productivity to increase as the people can make choices faster and more accurately. He said 5G technology was very comprehensive and gave the most amount of information to help one make decisions. Well, meanwhile, Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Dio said Malaysia is set to carve its name in the global arena with the implementation of 72 5G demonstration projects, also known as 5GDP, throughout the country, led by the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC. He said the progress in implementing the fifth-generation mobile technology, 5G, will also redefine the readiness of the Malaysian digital economy, particularly the industries and small and medium-sized businesses, to face the fourth industrial revolution. A comprehensive 5G ecosystem is in progress with various new approaches, which include network and infrastructure sharing between service providers, policy revisions, joint ventures, and many more. Many innovative services will emerge from advanced virtual reality, autonomous vehicles to remote medical surgery. 5G will deliver ultra-reliable low-latency communication with improved energy efficiency and enhanced privacy and security. An attempt to distribute drugs packed in Chinese tea packets was foiled by the authorities following the arrest of a 35-year-old man in Setiawangsa last week. The Wangsa Maju police confirmed the arrest after checks revealed that almost 20 kilograms of shabu were found concealed inside the tea packets. Wangsa Maju Police Chief Superintendent Rajab Ahad Ismail said police stopped the man in Setiawangsa and found 18 tea packets filled with shabu inside his car.
18 kilogram ni boleh membekalkan lebih kurang 37,000 orang, lebih 37,000 orang pengguna methamphetamine. Kalau kita anggarkan seorang guna 5 gram. Memang kalau methamphetamine selazimnya digunakan sekali konsum tu 5 gram lah.
Upon inspection, Superintendent Rajab said the suspect had 10 previous criminal records related to drugs. After questioning him, police managed to nab 2 men aged 24 and 25 in Cheras and Wangsa Maju. Preliminary investigations reveal that the drugs were believed to have been obtained from Thailand. Superintendent Rajab said they are still on the hunt for another suspect believed to be involved in the drug distribution activities. The case is being investigated under the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. Central payment infrastructure providers to make Malaysia cashless. Well, the government is committed to ensure that personal data of users of electronic payment system or cashless system are kept private. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said he considers this as a priority, especially as it involves the people's trust in the ruling government. Lim said the cashless system would also be helpful in the government's efforts to fight corruption.
We are committed to restoring trust in the government by implementing institutional reforms through CAT governance, competency, accountability and transparency. In implementing reforms, going cashless is a government priority as one of the means to curb corruption. All transactions are recorded, leaving no room to accept or give bribes.
To spur the development of a cashless economy, Lim said the government recently rolled out the 30 ringgit e-Tunai Rakyat incentive worth 450 million ringgit as announced in the 2020 budget. He said the incentive could stimulate the nation's economy and has received encouraging response with 2.2 million of 2.9 million applications approved, with 66 million ringgit disbursed to the people as of 9 p.m. on Sunday. Lim said this at the launch of the cashless ecosystem for Cyberjaya, a collaboration between CyberView and PayNet. The Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry, KPDNHEP, has begun to fully utilize the Integrated Enforcement Management System, IEMS, to conduct price checks on goods. And Minister Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said through the system, the enforcement of price of goods will be more structured, while the implementation of the IEMS nationwide would be done in stages. Speaking after launching the Integrated Enforcement Management System, Dato Sri Saifuddin said the system would also reduce human error, streamline records and avoid negative perceptions that the summon amount could be manipulated.
Kalau adalah lagi sangkaan atau persepsi bahawa boleh kautim lah ya, bila tulis notice compound ni boleh kautim. Tapi kali ni the moment you key in, that's it. Record itu terus dia boleh operate offline dan online. Tapi pada hari itu juga sistem itu telah pun terakam.
The system will be implemented in 6 states, namely Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, Melaka, Selangor, Perlis and Negeri Sembilan, and will be implemented in other states in stages. Meanwhile, Dato Sri Saifuddin said 16 kinds of goods were priced under the implementation of the Festive Season Maximum Price Control Scheme, or SHMMP, in conjunction with this year's Chinese New Year celebration. Among them are live chicken, standard chicken, which is slaughtered and cleaned with feet, head, liver, and gizzard, or any part thereof, grade A, B and C chicken eggs, which is by weight each, white pomfret, large white prawns, pork belly and pork meat and fat. The export value of Malaysia's swivelet nest is expected to increase to 1.5 billion ringgit this year from 1.1 billion ringgit last year. Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry Minister Dato Sri Salahuddin Ayub said the increase was mainly due to Malaysia's ability to produce quality swivelet nests and its leading position in the export market, especially to China. According to Dato Sri Salahuddin, the 1.5 billion ringgit is the export target value of the clean and raw swivelet nests. He also encouraged companies processing clean swivelet nests to move downstream by turning them into health and beauty products.
Kita lebih ke hadapan dari segi mengeluarkan produk yang berbentuk raw clean kerana harganya lebih mahal dan sudah berada pasti produk raw clean ini boleh menyumbang kepada downstream industry. Jadi lebih banyak produk-produk yang boleh kita hasilkan dan kita jual pula, kita ekspor pula ke negara China dan negara luar. Sementara raw unclean ini juga satu bisnes yang sedang berkembang.
Speaking to reporters after opening the raw unclean edible bird nest processing center owned by Netfarm International Sendirian Berhad in Petaling Jaya yesterday, Dato Sri Salahuddin said these products are in high demand, not only in the Chinese market, but also Vietnam and Taiwan. He said the government is always trying to help the bird's nest entrepreneurs and hope to use the latest processing technology in line with the country's initiative to expand the use of the Industrial Revolution 4.0 in the manufacturing sector to increase productivity. Seremban last night was officially proclaimed as a city by the Yang di-Pertuan Besar Negeri Sembilan Tuanku Mukhriz Ibni Almarhum Tuanku Munawir, who also opened the Seremban City Council or MBS complex Wisma Majlis Bandaraya Seremban. Well, the ceremony began when Housing and Local Government Minister Zuraida Kamarudin presented a letter proclaiming Seremban as a city to Tuanku Mukhriz before it was handed over to Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar Dato Sri Aminuddin Harun. His Royal Highness later declared that the Seremban Municipal Council, MPS, and the Nilai Municipal Council, MPN, had been merged into the Seremban City Council effective January 1st. The ceremony was followed by the reading of a letter on the appointment of Dato Zazali Salihuddin as the first Seremban Mayor by Aminuddin in the presence of Tuanku Mukhriz. Zazali then pronounced his acceptance of the position and declared his pledge of loyalty. Tuanku Mukhriz then consented to hand over a pendant of office and a mace to Zazali. Well, Kedah will make their AFC Champions League debut when they entertain Hong Kong's Taipo FC in a preliminary 2-match at the Darul Aman Stadium in Alostar tonight. Now, the winner will face FC Seoul in South Korea on 28th January for a spot in the group stage of the Champions League. Kedah coach Aidil Sharin Sahag expects an intense battle but hopes his side will make it count at home.
And I believe with the new players and the old players to balance our strength. And our strength in the team is the team spirit. The players are working for one another. Doesn't matter they are foreigners or they are local. And I think with the bonding that we have in the preseason, I believe they're going to come out tomorrow to fight.
The Singapore-born coach said he hoped the fans will pack the stadium to show support, and as it is an Asian-level match, Idol said his boys need to be sharp in avoiding mistakes. He also confirmed that Singapore-born defender Shakir Hamzah will not see action due to suspension. Shakir is serving a suspension for the red card in the 2018 AFC Cup with S-League's Home United. And that concludes today's update at noon. In our top story, two UMNO Supremos charged with money laundering. Now, News on 2 comes on at 7 this evening. I'm Amin Carlos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.